10 things that will shock you in the USA. Really enjoy these kind of videos. Before we do get into this, I appreciate if you guys can hit that subscribe button. Let's just ready to see what we got.
Hey guys, what's up? Stephanie, the English coach here from EnglishFullTime.com.
Okay.
In this video, we are going to talk about 10 things that will shock you about the USA.
Aye.
Now, some of you have never been to the USA before, but others of you live here, and I am from the USA, so all of this stuff is completely normal to me. But when I talk with my friends and people that I know that traveled and visited the USA for the first time, they go, oh my gosh, Stephanie, I experienced so much culture shock. There were so many things that were different from where I'm from. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about in this video today. Now, a lot of this stuff is actually going to be about observations that my husband made because he is from Argentina originally. And when he came to the USA for the first time 4 years ago, he made some really interesting and funny observations. So I want to share that with you guys, and in another video I'll tell you about some of the observations I made in Argentina about how that country and culture was different from what I knew in the USA. Okay, let's get into it. Number 1 of 10 things that will shock you in the USA: toilet paper. I know this sounds really silly and crazy, but when my husband came here, one of the first places we went was to my sister's house, and I remember he came out of the bathroom and he was like, oh my gosh, the toilet paper was so soft. It was like a blanket. And I was just looking.
Yeah, I was thinking, yo, in America, do you have like some different type of toilet paper, bro? Is it softer?
At him like, okay. Like, to me, that was just normal. And then I thought about it and I was like, yeah, you know, when we were in Argentina, the toilet paper wasn't as thick, I guess, okay? But in the US,
I wonder how different it would be from our toilet paper in the UK and American toilet paper.
We actually have a couple words for the kind of toilet paper that we use because a lot of it is really soft. I mean, depending on how much money you spend on your toilet paper or what brand you get or what quality you want, you can get like really cheap, thin toilet paper, or you can get the other kind that's so thick.
Wait, yeah, don't it depend on like, is it the ply, P-L-Y? Isn't that what it is? Like, I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it. I just kind of just grab my toilet paper and go. But you definitely can tell the difference between cheap and a little bit more pricey, right? The cheap, bro, the cheap is like you got a couple layer it. Otherwise, you know, you might poke through me.
It's like a blanket, okay? So the kind that's like a blanket, we call it quilted, okay? A quilt is a type of blanket. You can Google a picture of that if you want to see what quilts look like.
Okay, yo, if you Google quilts, especially UK, that's what you put over your bed, not on your bum. That's what, you know, tucks you into bed.
But basically, they call it quilted toilet paper, or they might call it something like two-ply. Two-ply just means that there are actually two pieces of paper that are put together to make that toilet paper extra soft.
Interested. Hey, you guys in America, you got some not soft bums, but you know you got soft treatment, but you got soft toilet paper, man.
The next thing that will probably shock you about the USA is that the food here is extremely sweet. Now, this is not a good thing in my opinion, because it just means that there's a ton of sugar and unnatural products used in our food to sweeten the food.
Hey, listen, I don't think, I think I might be the odd one out where, you know, I don't mind a bit of sweet as I'm sat here drinking my very sweet Coca-Cola, bro.
But again, my husband made this observation when he came here. He made a sandwich, he bit into his sandwich, and he was just like, whoa, why is this bread sweet? Like, it almost tasted like dessert to him or something, but it was actually marketed as regular sandwich bread, right? And you don't really normally think of bread that you use for sandwiches as being sweet.
Yeah, no.
But anyhow, that's one of the problems he has with the bread here, is that it's completely sweet. And you'll just notice that in
what? I am very curious to try it though. Sweet bread. Can't imagine it. I've never had anything like that, but you know, I do like sweet things, so I'm curious.
Kinds of food too. It's not just bread, it's also meat. It's also the sauce we put on our food dishes.
Everything.
There is just so much sugar in the food, and also there's a lot of obesity in the USA, so that's not
yo, you know how you're saying there's so much sugar in all the food, but like in the UK we have a stereotype of having bad teeth, and like America, you know, you guys have good teeth, like stereotypically saying, not everybody, right? You know what I mean? Like, she's got good teeth, bro. If you got that much sugar, why aren't all your teeth rotting? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How are your teeth not rotten, dude?
Even on the list, but that's another thing that might shock you when you come here and you see the size of people. Okay, the next thing that will probably shock you about the USA is that the cars here, there's such a variety, okay? You can go down the street and see a Corvette here, a really unique car there. Okay, I just, full disclaimer, I'm not a car person. I don't know the names of cars. I'm like a Corvette, a Mustang, but the way I talk about cars, I'm like, oh, that's a cute blue car. That's
you know what I've seen from like watching vlogs and stuff in America, right? Is you don't see it. You do see it every now and again in UK, but not much. But like I'll tune into a vlog and you'll just see cars just like screams a lot of personality. You know what I'm saying? They're very unique looking, very funky looking. Not all of them, obviously, but there's a lot of them where it's just like, yeah. I imagine it to be on like a racing game where you customize your car or a movie or something, you know what I mean? UK is just kind of just like standard, bro. Just standard basic cars.
It's a really awesome red car. The way I distinguish cars is if it's a van or a pickup or like a four-door car, a sports car. That's kind of like my terminology for cars is limited.
Fair enough.
But if you're a person that's really into cars, you're gonna love driving down the freeway and seeing all the different cars that...
You know what? I'm not a crazy car person, but I do like the look of cars. You know what I mean? So if I see a nice one, I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that's sick. But you know what would be good actually? You guys, if you guys got any, cool looking cars you don't think I would have seen in the UK, send them to me. If you own any, send me some pictures on Instagram, _.
Are here, okay? Because there's just such a huge variety. And I remember when I went to Argentina and I was like, okay, so there's like 5 kinds of cars here. I mean, there's more than that, but because I was so used to seeing such a wide variety here in the USA, when I went to Argentina, it just seemed like everything was all the same, okay? So I don't mean any offense by that, obviously. These are just observations. Next, number 5, in the USA, you can do almost anything over the phone. You can make an appointment, book an appointment, call a store and make a request, put an order in, ask about something, or send an email. But it's more common to just book things online. Like you can get a pizza delivered to your door just by requesting one online. You don't even have to call anymore.
She must be comparing this to like Argentina, because in the UK, you could pretty much do all of them as well.
But the reason why I'm saying this is because in so many countries that I've traveled to, if you want to talk with a banker or something like that, you actually have to go to the bank, stand in line, wait your turn, ask your question, talk to the person about it, get the information that you need, and then you go home.
Yo, can you guys tell I'm lazy? Bro, I don't like leaving my house, man. I don't like leaving my house. No. Let me do it online and call up, bro.
US, we just don't want to waste any time going anywhere and asking questions when we can just, use the technology that we have to get the information out.
Why spend 2 hours going there when you could just spend 20 minutes? I'm saying 20 minutes because 10 minutes in the queue on the phone and then 10 minutes talking to get the job done.
Okay, number 6. The next thing that might shock you about the USA is that a lot of the bathrooms here are automated. I mean, everything is automated. The toilet flushes on its own. You have to put your hand under the soap dispenser and it will pop out a little bit of soap
we have them
for you.
Here.
Then you wash your hands then you put your hands under the faucet and then the water comes on automatically. And then you can either put your hands in a drying machine.
Yeah.
What are these called? Hand dryers? Okay.
Wait, they're called... Aren't they called just air dryers? Hand dryer? I don't know, bro.
You can put your hands in one of those or under one, and it's all automated. It's like you don't have to touch anything. And maybe that just represents that in our culture we're germaphobes. I don't know. Or maybe people are just, trying to be more hygienic. But this is really...
You know what? So I've been to places in the UK, because not everywhere has it automated, but like a lot of places do, right? But I've been to places in the UK where like I genuinely don't even want to wash my hands. Not because I don't want to wash my hands, but because it is disgusting. Like vile. Like I have to touch that soap there. I gotta touch those taps. Bro, I barely was struggling to go to the toilet and touching the door handle. Like it like some places are disgusting, bro. But the automated ones, it's like, bro, just, it's heaven, dude.
Interesting, although it can be frustrating when something's not working, because you're like, what's wrong with the machine? You're putting your hand in, you're putting it out, you're putting it in, you're putting it out. And then as soon as you take it out, then the soap falls, but it doesn't fall on your hand. So it can be really frustrating.
I've done that before.
And I guess I'm going to have to talk a lot about Ren in this video, my husband, because he's just the one that, you know, shared all these observations with me and gave me these funny stories. But the first time he used a bathroom like that and realized that he could just wave his hand in front of one of the machines that would roll out the paper towel for him to dry his hands, he was just like, whoa, it's so cool.
Wait, we don't have that? Wait, you wave it, like, for the paper towels and it'll... Oh, that's sick.
Now, I know there are plenty of countries around the world that are also, you know, advanced in this department, but plenty of them aren't, okay? So some of you guys might find this very interesting. And if you visit the USA and it's not like this in your country, then you'll probably find it shocking. Okay, number 7, something else that will shock you about the USA is our measuring system. Our system frustrates so many people around the world because we measure length in stuff like feet and inches. And then...
Do you know what's weird though? Right? The UK. Now, I don't get why we do this, but we use both measuring systems. And no one's ever explained this, right? But I use miles. Our cars are miles per hour. We also, like, some people also use kilometers, km as well. We use pounds and kg. We use centimeters and inches and feet. And, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, it's weird. We use both. We use both. Like, I know people that will measure their weight in pounds, but I switch to the kilograms because I use kilograms. And then all our gyms is kilograms as well. Bro, it is very strange, bro. Very, very, very strange.
And we use Fahrenheit, and it's just so confusing because the rest of the world is using the metric system, which it's a great system, you know? You base it on the number 10. Everything's really easy to understand.
Simple.
And in the US, we're still stuck on this other system. If you grow up with our system, it's perfect. It makes sense.
Right,
it's great.
You know
and for us, when we travel to your country and you're on the metric system, we're like, no, I don't understand. But the same thing happens to you when you come over here and you're just like, okay, it's going to be 80 degrees today. Well, is that hot? Is that cold? What does 80 degrees even feel like, right? Because you're used to
it's what you used
degrees
to.
Celsius being really hot. Anyways,
80 degrees Celsius, we'll be dead. Yo, hey, imagine someone's gone to America and see like, yo, 110? Bro, I'm going home. I'm going to die.
Number 8, another thing that will probably shock you about the USA is just the sheer amount of multicultural people that we have living here. There are just so many people living here from all over the world.
I didn't realize that at first.
This is one of the reasons why you can live in the USA and almost never have to speak English, because there are subcultures that have formed within the community for Russian speakers, for Spanish speakers, for Chinese speakers, and there are stores.
Wait, you're telling me there's communities in America where you genuinely can move there and you'll be fine not speaking English? Bro, that's crazy.
Stores that are owned by people of these nationalities, and you can go to these stores and you can buy, you know, the Russian food that you're used to buying where you live, or the Mexican food, or whatever it is.
You know what? I was blown away the other day. I watched a video on America Unique Towns. If you've not seen it, make sure you go see it. I uploaded it like 3 days ago on my channel, right? And I seen a town in there that I genuinely thought it was Germany. Like, I didn't think it was America. It's America. It's an American town, but everything's like German, and it looks like German. Bro, crazy, man. America is that big, and that it's got everything.
You can talk with them in your language, and you can do so many things without needing English. Also, if you ever make calls on an automated phone system, they might ask you, oh, do you want this call in a different language? If you want it in Spanish, press 2. If you want it in this language, press this, or whatever. So we have just a lot of people here living from so many different cultures. And some of my students, they say, hey, Stephanie, I'm going to the USA, but I'm going to try my best to avoid Brazilians because I'm going there to practice English. Or I'm going to try to avoid Spanish speakers, French speakers, whatever it is, because I don't want to speak my language. I'm going to the USA to practice English.
Okay.
Since there are so many people here from different cultures, if someone sees that you're here trying to speak English and practice, but they can hear your accent, they're like, oh, they speak Spanish, so do I. They might just speak to you in Spanish because it's easier.
They don't want that.
And you might get frustrated
They don't
and
want
go,
that.
no, I don't want to speak Spanish. I'm here to practice my English. So anyhow, if that happens, just, stick with English and say, no, it's okay.
Just trick them. They might be like, hola, señor, español? And even though you got the Spanish accent, you could be like, no, me English. Bro, when it comes to like accents and stuff, I'm terrible, dude. I am actually terrible.
Here to practice my English and they'll change back for you. Okay, number 9, traffic laws in the USA are very strict.
Okay.
And when I say very strict, I mean you better know what the laws are before you start driving on the streets.
Right.
So you don't
get
get a ticket, okay? Yep. You have to stop fully at the stop sign, wait 3 seconds before you start going. You can't tailgate people. You can't drive too closely. You can't roll up slowly to a stoplight just because it's red and you're trying to save momentum.
Oh, wait, that's tailgating. Oh, I'm an idiot. For so long, I've heard tailgating. But I thought it was something like where you put something on a trailer and you like drag it along. Tailgating is literally, we call it in the UK, going up someone's arse. I don't even know what we call it in the UK. I don't know. I just say he's going up my ass.
Seconds before you start going. You can't tailgate people. You can't drive too closely. You can't roll up slowly to a stoplight just because it's red and you're trying to save momentum in your car. I mean, that's what my husband does. And I'm like, no, just drive up to the stoplight, stop, okay, wait, and then when it's green, then you can go.
Okay.
He's like, but that's not fuel efficient. I'm like, hey, you know what? Like, we can't. You just have to follow the rules. You just have to drive how people drive here.
Wait, how is that a rule?
In other countries, because I've been to plenty of them, that people drive differently all over the world. Some of you guys drive really crazy, okay? But in the U.S., just take it slowly. Be calm. There will be that crazy guy.
I think the biggest shot for me will be driving on the other side of the road. Bro, I found out the other day that UK is only one of few countries that drive on the right side. So we drive on the wrong side, bro. Crazy. We should switch it up, man. Join the world.
Every now and then that'll cut you off or whatever, but don't give him the middle finger unless you want to practice your curse words in English, but just take it slowly.
Nice.
Know that the traffic laws here are really strict and just read up on what they are before you come. Okay, the last thing that will probably shock you in the USA is that everything is big. Things are just big here.
Everyone
the country itself is pretty big.
Massive.
Right? It's pretty enormous. The people, we already talked about it. We've got our obesity problem, so some of us are big also. Cars are bigger.
Hey, I heard like, we're talking about like obese people being big. I've heard like the fitness culture over there in America is crazy compared to anywhere else as well. Like there's a lot of obese people, but there's also a lot of very fit people as well, right? Whereas like, apparently that's a shock I've heard from someone where I would go there and I would see so many fitness people around. Which you do see fitness people in the UK near the gyms and stuff, but like you don't see crazy amount.
The lanes that the cars drive in, the roads are bigger.
Right.
Food portions are
massive,
enormous. They're like offensive practically. You go out somewhere for lunch and they give you enough food for like 3 people. Everything is just really big in the USA. From the cars, the lanes, the houses, the people, the land itself, you'll just notice that quantities and portions are large. So anyhow, what I want to know from you guys now is, have you ever been to the USA?
No, but I definitely will make plans very soon. I really do enjoy these kind of videos. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed, make sure you leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more content. I'm live every single day on twitch.tv/L3WG. If you guys want to check me out there, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.